What up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Funboxing with Will. I am your host, Will, with H2O Co. Film and Photo, and today we're going to be doing another EDC review of a classic EDC pocket carry from Spiderco that I've had for quite a while, and actually its predecessor is the very first knife I ever did purchase, or well, I didn't purchase it, but I was given it as a gift, and it actually was the reason I got into knives. And this is the next generation version of that knife, the Spiderco Para 3. This particular version is the G10 with the S45 VN steel. It's a compression lock by Spiderco that is just an amazing lock, and we're going to get into this review right now. So let's get into that review, guys.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your presents. Tell all your brothers.
Alrighty, now just before we get into the video and get to the top-down setup to check out this knife in a little bit closer detail, I wanted to, as always, thank every one of you guys who have subscribed to my channel, or if you're just stopping in for this one video to check it out. I really do appreciate you guys. Just recently, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is a huge thing for me. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and it's been a slow process, but I'm very, very excited to say that I've actually hit over 1,000 subscribers now, and I want to keep that momentum going. So as kind of a thank you for you guys, I had mentioned in my last video that this video, well, next week I was supposed to be going live, and I wanted to go ahead and give away a knife in that live stream. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of personal things going on recently. On top of that, I've been working quite a bit, so I hadn't had time really to figure out the whole live stream situation yet, seeing as I've never done one, but I figured a different way to do the giveaway. So the way we're going to work this giveaway is if you wanted to go ahead and leave a comment below explaining pretty much why you would like this knife, I'm going to go ahead and randomly pick one of the people in the comments. I will reply to that comment and then get an email from you, and then we can converse via email on getting the shipping address and everything set up, and I will even cover the shipping for it. The knife I'm going to be giving away, if I haven't mentioned it, I think I did mention it in the video prior to this, maybe I didn't, but it is the Kaiser Feist. It is the BDN1 blade steel version with G10 scales. It's a front flipper, and it's always been a good, reliable pocket knife, and I actually ended up getting 2 of them when I started collecting knives. So I have an extra, and I'm going to go ahead and give it away to the lucky winner that I'll pick at random from the comments here. So just remember to leave that comment, and then other than that, we're going to go ahead today and get into that top-down view and check out the Spiderco Para 3. Let's go check it out, guys. Alrighty, everybody, now that we're over here at the top-down setup, we can take a closer look at this classic EDC, the Spiderco Para Military 3. But before we do, really quickly, I'd like to just go ahead and show you guys, this is the knife that I'm going to be giving away this week, kind of to commemorate my 1,000 subscriber count, reaching 1,000 subscribers. It is a Kaiser Feist, believe it's the B1N1 blade steel version. It's the G10 liner lock, and I'm going to go ahead and, like I said in the intro to the video, be giving this knife away. So I just wanted to give you guys a real quick closer look at this knife real quick if you haven't already seen the Kaiser Feist. It's a pretty darn good knife. So getting into today's review of the Paramilitary 3, or the Para 3 I believe is the actual name for it. I think they dropped the military from the name when they made this version of the knife. This is one of my all-time favorite EDC knives. In the beginning of my collecting phase, this was like my grail for a while. This was one of the knives that I really wanted to get. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that my very first knife that I ever did receive, or the knife that actually, I guess, got me into collecting knives and learning about pocket knives and folders and, you know, good quality knives, was the Para 2, the Paramilitary 2. My uncle had given me this knife for a birthday present. He's been a collector for quite a long time, and about 4 years ago he gave this to me for my birthday, and I fell in love with it. I learned all about super steels that week, and I've, you know, had a knife in my hand ever since. So, and it's funny, I'm not really into the whole Spyderco shape and design. I think they're kind of funky looking at times, but ergonomically they're amazing, and even though they're not my exact preference as far as aesthetics go, they really did get me into the hobby. So I will always have a special place in my heart for the Paramilitary 2. And once I had that in my hand, you know, I heard about the Para 3 coming out, and I needed to get my hands on it and check it out because I heard so much good stuff about it. So yeah, let's go into the specs real quick, and then I'll talk some more about my personal experiences with this knife. But this knife has been around for quite a while. Spyderco has had their Paramilitary series for, I don't know, 10 plus years, I think. They started with the military, which is a pretty extensively large knife. Then they went to the Paramilitary 2, which cut down the size profile a little bit, and now they're here at the PM3, which is significantly smaller. If you want to see the comparison real quick, I will do a comparison in a few minutes, but this is just a real quick glance at the difference in size. Other than that, they're pretty much the same exact knife. Closed length we're going to have coming in on the Para 3 at just under 4.5 inches, at 4.3 inches right there, with an open length of overall, let's see here, 7 inches exactly, and a cutting edge of 2.75, I'd say, inches on the cutting edge. I've really enjoyed the profile of this blade shape. It gives you a nice, good thumb ramp there, and its ergos are unmatched. Spyderco, they just kill it with their ergos. The way they design their handles, the contouring, and how they do the scales, it's just very, very comfortable in the hand. And even though I do consider this a medium or small size knife, I do have a full large glove hand, and I can get a full 4-finger purchase on this, no problem at all. And then you can even choke up. You can hold it in the traditional saber grip, choke up, and either way, you're still going to have a little bit sticking out the back here. For my hand size, it seems to be exactly perfect on the nose. And then that blade grind right there is a full flat grind, so that's going to be very, very conducive to sliciness. If you like slicey EDCs, this is definitely going to be something that you're going to enjoy. Then coming in weight-wise, I want to say this is, I don't know, maybe 3.5 ounces. Coming in weight-wise, I want to say this is about 3.5 ounces maybe, but you know, I haven't weighed this thing in so long, I'm not even sure. So we're going to go ahead and double check it right here, right now, real quick. If I can remember how to use my scale. Alrighty here, and I'm going to hold the lanyard as best I can to not allow it to create any extra weight. And you know what? I was pretty close. 3.4, I'm going to go with 3.45. 3.46 ounces on this without the lanyard. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I will be full disclosure here. I'm not exactly sure if that's the original weight that this thing comes in. One of the things I did not like about the design when I first got it was the pocket clip. So I did get an aftermarket titanium deep carry clip, and I don't know if that adds or reduces the weight of it from the factory. I'm not sure. But with that deep carry pocket clip from MX, I think it was MXG or MGX grinds, They're the ones I got the clip for. I will go ahead and do some research, and I'll put the name of the company that I got this from up on the screen here. I can't really remember. It's been so long. But this is a really, really amazing knife. It features the full flat grind, like I said. It has S45 VN steel, and it has this compression lock that has been just amazing for Spyderco. It's basically a liner lock, but it's positioned on the back of the knife instead of the front, so you never have to put your thumb in front of the blade path to open it. And then there's even an extra little piece of metal notched out there that slides into place when it locks, kind of making it, in my opinion, a little stronger than a traditional liner lock. So safety-wise, I really appreciate the fact that I don't have to put my thumb in front of the blade path ever to close the knife. It's something that I look for in most of my EDCs. And then we're going to go ahead and do some blade stock thickness measurements right here real fast, and we'll get that in for you. As I said before, it is definitely a very... it is a very slicey blade, one of the sliciest that I own, so I'm assuming that it's going to be fairly thin behind the edge here. I'm going to zero this out. We're coming in with a blade stock thickness, overall thickness of 0.1, it looks like 0.1060, and then behind the edge we're going to come in super slicey with a cutting edge of 390 thousandths of an inch behind the edge. So yeah, 390 thousandths of an inch is definitely what I would consider to be a slicey knife. I've said it in past videos, anything I believe under 500 thousandths of an inch generally is pretty slicey, especially if you put a more shallow grind on the blade when you sharpen it. I think I have this one at a 17-degree angle, which makes it just extremely super slicey, and I love it for that factor. And then comparison-wise here, like I said, we're gonna do some comparisons with, you know, the other Spyderco knife. Here it is next to the PM2. So if you're into larger knives, the PM2 might suit you better than the PM3, but if you like smaller knives, this is definitely something that you might want to consider. It is a small knife, but it is something that can also get really good, tough, hard, big jobs done. So it's, even though it's a small knife, it's something that can be used pretty hard use, you know. Here it is next to the Benchmade Bug Out for reference, and then here it is next to the Hogue Ritter or Benchmade Griptilian if you want to go ahead and put that in this place. Either one will work. Then here it is next to the Chris Reef in Cosi. And then here it is next to the Rick Hinderer XM18 Slicer Choil version. So like I said, I would definitely consider this to be a medium to a small sized knife. And then I'm going to do a hardware check real quick. And let's see here, I'm pretty positive that these are all T6 screws except for the body screw, or I'm sorry, the pivot screw, which is a T8. And you know what? I might be wrong. They might all be T8s on this one. That is a T8. That is a T8. Yeah, they're all T8s except for the screws that hold in the clip. Those are going to be T6. And then they have this pin here in place of another backspacer screw as in the PM2. If you take a look at the PM2 here, you can see that there's actually a screw there with a backspacer in there. This one has the backspacer still, but it has a pin that they've replaced the screw with. I've heard that it does come apart pretty easy. I've never taken this knife apart. I've never had to. But when I do, I'm sure that I will make a video about that to show you how to get that pin disassembled and reassembled. So my personal experience with this knife is, like I said earlier, I'm not really into the whole Spyderco designs, the aesthetics of them. They kind of look like birds to me, and I've always thought that was kind of silly, but I really do appreciate the ergos, and this thumb ramp and the jimping that they provide for you it's just phenomenal. And like I said, this is a small blade, 2.75 inches, but it's ready for hard use. This is one of the best companies I've found as far as heat treats on their steels. Spyderco, they've been in the game for a very long time, and they do an amazing job with their heat treats. And S45 VN is one of my favorite steels. It's in my top 5 category at least. Over the years, I've carried this particular knife for about 2 or 3 years, and you know, I've never I've never had an instance where I had a job that I was going to do that I needed a pocket knife for and thought, oh, the Para 3 is not going to work, it's too small. It really does get the job done. It's a little bit pricey. I think they're going for about $185 right now on Blade HQ, but they do come in 1,000 different variants. So if you're looking for aftermarket scales for these, you can find them pretty much anywhere. And then they do have different variants of steels that you can get with it and handle materials you can get with it. This here is just the basic version, but that was good enough for me, and I've enjoyed it every day that I've carried it since. So that's it for the review on the Para 3 today, guys. Just real quick, again, I wanted to go ahead and thank everybody for checking out this video. And again, I wanted to tell you guys about this Kaiser Feist I'm going to be giving away. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section and then leave your email, next week I will go ahead and I will pick a winner this week, and I will send out an email to them, and then I will go ahead and ship this. I'll pay for shipping, everything like that. It's just a thank you to you guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and viewing these videos. And other than that, today, that's it for the review today, guys. We're gonna get back over to the table setup, the desktop setup, so that we can finish up this video. And thanks again for checking out the Para 3 with me. Alrighty guys, well that's it for today's video. I appreciate you coming and checking out the review on the Para 3. It's a classic EDC, like I said. I love the knife personally. It's one of my favorite carries. And that's about it for today. I do want to remind everyone, please leave a comment explaining why you would like to get the Kaiser Feist BD-N1 blade steel version, and I will go ahead and randomly pick out a comment, and I will message you back for an email and everything so we can get this sent out to you guys as just like kind of a thank you for checking out these videos and subscribing and helping me in this journey along with this YouTube channel. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys stay safe, stay smart, and stay sharp. And until next time, have a great day.
Talk to me nice.